Alright, so as most of y'all know, Glass is a sequel to M. Night Shyamalan's Unbreakable and Split, and a conclusion to the Easter Rail number 177 trilogy as a whole. It's a pretty cool name that they gave that trilogy. I like it. Anyway, I'm gonna say it. I like this movie. Now, a lot of critics feel differently, which is understandable given some choices, but I do not think the movie deserves to be this on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, do I think this movie is the greatest film of all time? Not at all. I don't even like it as much as Split or Unbreakable. But while it does have its flaws, it's nowhere near as detrimental as a lot of critics are saying it is. So, to start off, I believe this film was pretty fucking cool for the most part. I loved how the film started off with David Dunn going after the Beast, this mass serial killer that's been eating fucking little girls. It's some weird shit. But I found it awesome how these two worlds were collided and hinted at each other in Split. Seriously, watch Split again. You see a bunch of fucking shit that connects these two movies together. But the thing I love most about these films have been their interpretation of superheroes or superpowers in the grounded world as a whole. Seriously, the conversation Sarah Paulson has with Bruce Willis about how he's a deductive reasoner or whatever she was saying. He's basically next level Batman, and that explains all his visions, and his fear of water being his weakness is all just from a trauma when he was a little kid. That shit is actually fucking true. You guys have had a trauma, I can guarantee, that haunts you to this day. If you almost drowned as a kid, you'd be fucking scared to go in a pool. That's just how that shit works. So when they were exploring all those themes throughout the movie in the middle act when people thought it was slow, I was like, no, this shit is fucking cool. Are you kidding me? But then the last act of the movie happens, and that's where I think this film splits its audience. So anyway, the last act rolls around. Bruce Willis is starting to believe he's a normal person, and what fucking Sarah Paulson is saying is true, which is might be a little question too. Like, these are all scientific reasons, but then Elijah's telling this to the Beast that even though there's scientific reasons behind it, the fact is there's some of us that don't die with bullets. Some of us still bend steel. And I'm like, that is very true and inspirational. So when they escape out of the prison, I'm like, okay, they're gonna go blow up this building, or they're gonna have a huge fight around there. And I was like, okay, that's cool if you want to show everyone that you're superpowered and that y'all exist, but it just doesn't make sense in my opinion. Elijah goes to free the Beast and free David, or lets David get free by turning off the sprinklers in his room, and he somehow knows that there's this super secret organization. We'll get to that in a bit. So he sets a code, and he's been in a fucking cell since the year 2000. How does he have any idea how any of that computer coding shit works? And he wires the cameras, the security cameras around the institution to be offloaded to an offline server, so these security footage of whatever's happening will be saved just in case there's a super secret Hydra-like organization just secretly lurking in the shadows. Why would he have any feeling or any hint about anything like that existing? And I was like, okay, when I found that out, that doesn't really make any sense, but I guess that's the main twist they're going with. So these viral videos that could easily just be passed off as a hoax are what Elijah's plan, his suicide mission was. And while I get Shyamalan was going for a very inspirational and heroic ending at the end with everyone finding out about these people, it's like, in reality, these people are going to see this video and question the reality of it, and the government's probably going to put a shutdown to it, like, oh, well, they're fucking dead, so you have no idea if this is true or not. It's probably a hoax. So whatever, there goes that plan. But let's get to the super secret Hydra organization. This group was not hinted at at all in any of the prior films. I understand Split wasn't even seen as a sequel to Unbreakable until the very end, so it wouldn't be in there. But Unbreakable, there's nothing. There's just a guy finding out he has powers, and there's no hint to any of this. So there's no groundwork laid. So this just comes off as lazy. Like, you wanted to kill these people, and it's like the whole purpose of this film at the end was to have that twist with the cameras. And it just didn't pay off because everyone in the theater, in my theater, were like, what? Like, what the fuck is going on? So that in itself did not work for me. And I think that's where Glass breaks up its audience. It comes out of nowhere, it feels lazy, and you have these three characters that two of which have been beloved and a cult classic since the year 2000 that just die. Especially David Dunn. He dies in a fucking puddle. Can you believe that? Some thug drowns him in a muddy puddle. Some shit that Peppa Pig would fucking jump in. Anyway, so that payoff was very weak. And while I still love the movie, love's a strong word. I like this movie a lot, but the third act does kind of shit all over it. And I believe that's what leaves a lot of these critics with a bad taste in their mouth. I personally can look at the movie as a whole and be like, okay, it was good. And the only the twist that I did like was finding out that Kevin's dad was in the train crash. That fucking shot was beautiful. How it shows Kevin being left with his mother and his dad reading how to fix this disorder for his son. That shit fucking hurt, man. That was sad. And then it pans up, it goes to the side, pans up to the right, and you see Bruce Willis. I got fucking chills down my spine. But anyway, then it's kind of ruined by Bruce Willis's horrible acted son, who's like, Mr. Glass killed Kevin's dad. Shut the fuck up, you little bitch. Anyway, Glass is a very interesting, slow burn ride of a movie. If you're a fan of Split and Unbreakable and that slow character study it had on these individuals that are super powered and whatnot, I believe that you will really like Glass up until the third act. If you're okay with this super secret organization kind of being the reason for these people to die out of nowhere, then you probably would love this movie. But if you're like me and you just wanted some more substance, you might not like this ending a lot. But holy shit, one of the greatest things about this film is the soundtrack. Oh my god, this fucking music is beautiful. Listen to this shit. Listen! This shit is fucking sad, dude. When Kevin got shot, I was listening to this music and I was in my feelings. And the Unbreakable theme comes back. Some of the Split scenes come back, and the fucking ending credits is like, listen. I believe I'm a fucking superhero after watching that. I believe I have some legacy to fulfill or some shit. But overall, I think Glass is a decent film. There's a lot of things that could have been done better, and I believe, I certainly was expecting a different type of film just based off the trailers and even the end of Split. The trailers make it seem like the beginning of this film, they're all captured, and Bruce Willis eventually has to get out to stop the Split dickhead from killing and eating more people. And I was really digging that movie if that was the film, but obviously it wasn't. And I still like what they went with. There was some action at the end between the two superpowered people. But this film took a different route, subverted my expectations, and I'm sure everyone else's, but I don't believe that's necessarily a bad thing until the end with fucking Discount Hydra, whatever. Anyway, what did you guys think of Glass? Would you like to see a sequel if there is any hint of it? I personally think it should just end right here. There's no need to bring this any further. I would like to see Shyamalan go back to more lower budget character focused films such as Unbreakable, Split, The Visit, Glass was just a little too high skill for him, and I just think he's better when he stays low to the ground. But overall, let me know what you guys think. If you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe, leave a like, and until next time, catch you guys later.